for us. Let's start with Larry, though. Larry, welcome to our program. SADA Services is the name of the company. Tell us what you do.
Well, SADA Services provided quality premier services to its clients in the industry of entertainment. We have adopted a new trending tagline as entertainment intelligence. And what this means is that there's a form of business perspective that we collect data and business analytics, and we teach the artist, the comedian, the poetic justice about the business perspective to the entertainment industry.
All right. Let me unwrap that a little bit. So you're working with the entertainers and the people on that side of the industry?
Well, we do a multitude of things.
Okay.
On one side, we will work with the entertainers. On the other side, we do a promotion. We host comedy shows. We host fashion shows. We even manage artists. And then we go out. I have this thing called, this program called Next Best. It's recently just started. I'm running this program in Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. There are a lot of people out there that love the idea of being an entertainer. So we go out there in these places that are less fortunate to have those type of services available, and we host these talent competitions. And then we would, after they prove themselves to be qualified, or I would say ready to advance to the next level, we bring them here to Atlanta. I have a multitude of producers, promoters, engineers, and everything that we will work with them, produce their music, put them out there in the community of social media, YouTube, and even on iTunes. And if their music grow a following, create revenue, then we would put them in front of producers that will eventually sign them to major record labels.
When it comes to the artists, the musical artists, comedians, actors, actresses, and you talk about analytics and data, what are some of the biggest facts or data points that the typical artist is missing? What are they not connecting when it comes to the business of what they're doing?
Number one thing is the artist is not understanding that they are the business. When it comes to artistry, when it comes to selling your music, when it comes to your idea of wanting to make a revenue or profit from it, you have to understand the business side. What we're doing for the communities, for the artists, we are teaching them the business side of it. I have this program that is a symposium. It's called the Entertainment Business Symposium. We host this thing annually right now in those 3 states that I said, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. And in that, we teach them that SoundCloud, YouTube, ASCAP, BMI, all these things are very important to you as an artist in a business perspective. A lot of time, the artists will have great talent. They will go to these talent shows, they will go and open up for, and then they don't understand that everything they do must be copyrighted and it must have their ownership. So we teach them in that symposium how to own their music and how to own their product.
Almost sounds like you're from soup to nuts. You're offering everything that an artist would need to kind of get them going.
Yes.
Kind of like a Simon Cowell in a way. You're our local Simon Cowell.
A lot nicer.
A lot nicer. But wearing the black.
If you That's true. That's true.
If you
And
know.
pulling it off.
Absolutely. Talk about how long you've been in business and what brought you to where you are today. You know, where did you get all your expertise and knowledge?
Well, I have always had the desire to help others, and I was in the United States military. As a leader, used to be in charge of hosting monthly events. We would host these events, and I would see how these events would impact people. It would impact their lives. So to me, it gave me a good feeling.
Mm-hmm.
While I was still in the Army in 2012, I started SADA Services. And my very first business under the DBA of Big Mac Entertainment. I would host shows and everything from Austin all the way to Dallas, and even sometime into Houston and San Antonio. And I would see, hey, this is pretty good, making really good money doing what I really like doing. So I grew that business, and when I retired, I moved that business to here to Atlanta because initially before I would come to Atlanta weeks on, weekends, and understand, get the knowledge and understand how the entertainment is moving in this region. Atlanta has become very prominent in the entertainment industry, and by retiring and moving to Atlanta, I feel that it will grow my business, SADA Services, to a huge magnitude that will be a family business that will support my family for 3 generations or more.
We're speaking with Larry McClelland. He is the CEO of SADA Services, entertainment company, and Mike's title, Soup to Nuts, helping people get found and get into the industry.
And by the way, a great market for that too, Atlanta, with all the talent that's in here. I mean, you couldn't have picked a better city.
Absolutely.
And then the other thing I like is going to the other areas where maybe they may never get found, but giving them an opportunity. You talked about the Next Step program and the Next Step events. So you've talked about a kind of a business side of it, symposium. You've talked about the next best. Are there other, what are some of the other programs, and you've talked about hosting these programs and putting these things on. If I go to a SADA Services promoted event, are there some things that I'm gonna see no matter what type of event it is that you're putting on? Are there some things that are very unique to the way you do an event?
Well, the uniqueness of it is that my company, SADA, has several DBAs under it that will give a promoter or anybody that wants to put on an event. I have everything inside of it. It's like you go to McDonald's and you get a combo. You go to SADA Services and you want to have a magnificent event. I have everything. I have built the programs for everything inside of it to be able to give you that memorable event. Things such as I have a red carpet company, where it's a red carpet affair for it. I have, as I stated earlier, the Entertainment Business Symposium. I have the Next Best Talent Competition. I have Armand Graphics that will promote and do social media content for the event, flyers, even logos. But if you have that idea, that vision in mind, SADA Services will be able to bring that vision to life for you.
So unlike McDonald's, when you're done working with SADA Services, you'll feel much better and have a fantastic experience. And instead of going, that was very disappointing of what I was expecting from the combo menu, you'll have a great experience and go, that was great. I feel fantastic.
What we want to do there is we want to create an alliance, a relationship where you would feel good about coming back to.
And so we're Gwinnett Business Radio. If I'm a business owner listening and I'm going, okay, entertainment, I don't have anything to do with that. Are there things that businesses could do, events that they could do where they could use the services of SADA Service? Sounds like that red carpet might be something. Or...
Well, after arriving to Atlanta, SADA Business Solutions grew. I had no idea that was there or anything. I would attend these events, and in speaking with people, they would be requesting and asking for knowledge. So with SADA Business Solution, what I do is I do public speaking and business consulting. SADA Business Solution will do business consulting and it do public speaking as far as leadership and things that I learned while I was in the military. So that there will also give them extra tools to be able to use in order to make sure that they are creating a business that they can last the test of time.
Larry, who do you want to talk to? Who are you wanting to meet? Who's the best person that, or maybe even give us an example of somebody that you brought under your wing and what you've done for them so far. We'd love to hear success stories.
Well, I have a friend in the military that I grew real close with. He and I share a lot of common qualities together. He has recently started a business titled Slick Oil out in Dallas, Texas. And with that business, his name is Derek Bell. With that business,
shout out to Derek.
Slick Oil.
He has created a mobile oil change business. And what we did is we talked about it, we brainstormed, and I told him that getting involved with car rental places, large companies that have large equipment that they just can't drive down to the local being able to go there. And with that being said, he has secured several contracts. I think that's very good because I've never, until he brought the idea, I had never heard of mobile oil change.
Neither have I.
I hadn't, sorry.
Okay.
But to do it successfully is a whole nother story, and to have contracts with large companies, that's obviously been a huge thing, so. You kind of started at the beginning of the interview, you were talking about the Next Best program. I assume that not only do you do that to find new talent, but that's a way of giving back to the community. I believe you talked about that. Talk about that. I mean, what have you found in some of these rural communities or some of these underserved communities that you found some people with some dreams and then some talent to kind of back up those dreams? And on top of that, what are some of the other ways that SADA Services can kind of give back and help in local communities?
SADA Services, every good organization need to, like you say, be able to give back. SADA Services has its own foundation. It's called the Wise Counsel Foundation. You can view that on www.wise-councilfoundation.org. Okay, while it is geographically located in Mississippi because that's my hometown, and that's where I really I see that the need of young children, young teens, they get into trouble a lot. And in that place, there's not much to do. So, but they do have talent. Next Best originated from hosting those events. What it is that we would find those teens that are not college material. Right? Every child is not college material.
Right.
So we have always heard of scholarship funds and all that for those that aren't college inclined. So the ones that are not, who helped those? In that city, there's where Wise Counsel come in at. Yeah, you may not be college material, but there are other career fields out there that can give you a solid career. So we catch them the age between 13 and 19. We mentor them all the way through. And we introduce to them that there is more to life than getting in trouble. You can do a lot more with your life. So Wise Counsel Foundation introduced to them all these different types of career fields that you don't have to go to college for. And artistry is one. Writing a book about anything. You can always buy an editor. You can buy someone that could write for you. All you just do is you talk to them. If you want to, you don't have to be the person on the mic. You can be the person, the sound crew behind the mic. You can be the person that set the equipment up. Those are promising careers that you really can get involved with. So that's what Wise Counsel do. Again, relating it to our solid industry of entertainment. And if we get to a point where that person or that child has changed their idea, Wise Counsel Foundation will fund them to go to a career field, a technical institute or something like that, that can give them a certification that will give them a job that they can grow and even possibly to a scalable business.
That's great stuff, Larry. Well, having reviewed your website and seeing all the, as you mentioned, the DBAs that are there's so much that we can never even get to half of it probably in a 12, 13-minute interview. So let's send people to the website. For folks that want to look into any of your services that you offer, where can they get the information?
Everything could be connected to www.sada-services.com. That's sada-services.com.
Great. Larry, thank you for joining us this morning. Larry McClelland, the owner and CEO of SADA Services here on Gwinnett Business Radio.